I see more and more buyers making this mistake. That is, they get serious about a yacht. They sometimes even secure a first option, which can be a smart move. And then they move forward assuming the vessel's U.S. customs duty has already been paid. And that assumption can be very expensive. Now remember, U.S. customs duty only matters if you're buying a foreign-built yacht and plan to base the yacht in the U.S. or Puerto Rico. So if you're buying offshore and keeping the boat offshore, it may not apply. But if your plan is to bring the yacht into the U.S. and use it here, the duty status becomes critical. So the big problem is that many sellers believe the duty was paid already. And they'll say, oh yeah, we paid the duty, but they don't have the documentation to prove it. And in this situation, your belief doesn't matter. Documentation does. U.S. Customs requires a specific document called a Form 7501 as proof that the yacht was properly imported and that customs duty was paid. If that document is not available, you should assume there's a problem until proven otherwise. And here's the part most buyers don't realize. U.S. Customs will not help you track this paperwork down. There's one of the planes for the upcoming air show. Oh, that's a Blue Angel. I think it starts this weekend. So the burden is entirely on you to produce that document. And if duty was never paid and you decide to import the yacht today, the cost can be substantial, much more than ever before. So depending on where the yacht was built, tariffs can make that total cost very, very high, sometimes to the point where the deal no longer makes sense. For example, I had a Lagoon Catamaran, which was built in France, without duty paid, and the owner wanted to bring it back to the U.S. Now, the duty is only 1.5% of the appraised value, which isn't a huge problem. But now, we also have tariffs that apply in addition to the duty. And on French-built yachts, the other day, the customs broker told me that the tariff for that particular French-built yacht was 31.5%. Okay, so when you add the duty to that, that's 33% on $700,000. Now, nobody I know of would ever pay that. And one way around it is foreign flagging, but that has its own set of requirements to qualify for exemption. And so what I see happening is, a buyer will spend money on airfare, hotels, ground transportation, surveyors, haul out fees for the bottom inspection, only to discover later that the duty status is not what they thought. And at that point, they already spent thousands of dollars and may have to walk away from the deal. So before you spend a dollar booking travel to inspect the yacht, just confirm the duty status with the seller. Specifically, ask for a copy of the Form 7501. Don't accept verbal assurances. Don't assume it exists. Get the document. This is one of the first things I check when evaluating a yacht for a buyer, because it can completely change the economics of the deal. If you're considering a specific yacht and want a quick check on things like this before you move forward, feel free to reach out to me. It's much easier to catch these issues early on after you've already committed time and money. So you can reach me through my website, largecatamarantsforsale.com, or by email, bigyachts, that's BIGYACHTS, @gmail.com, and tell me what you're thinking about acquiring, and I will be happy to evaluate that and let you know of any traps that might be hidden and help you navigate the hazards of yacht buying. Alrighty, so here we are in sunny Fort Lauderdale on the Intercoastal, and I wish you smooth sailing.